Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Khan. Welcome back to MotoGP 18. Has Mario did not have a good time in the wet in the Netherlands. Can he recover at the halfway mark of the season round the Sachsenring in Germany? So here goes Mario then for the start of the development test. Of course, he actually failed that as well in the Netherlands. Rare failure as he does the speed threshold comfy head in the first timing mark as it goes a bit wide in the first corner. Very easy to do that, braking downhill. Just like for most of this section, you're going downhill. It's a bit wide in the right, left, in for the right. Got a speed threshold of 74 miles per hour. There it is. Oh, he's down 71. What are you doing, Mario? Then it's like if he hooks up this corner, it'd be easily to do that. And just like the next speed threshold I was heading into the fast left, and it looks like Mario's going to comfortably ahead of that. We go for the left hand, a bit wide on the Avintia. And this is one of the circuits where I expect Mario to be a bit stronger than he has shown so far. And it looks like the next speed trap, of course, is going to be on the back straight. And it's like it's just going to beat that again, or comfortably beat it. So apart from that one he's messed up, it should be easy to achieve all of these speeds. Even the last one. And the time threshold 1:37, looks like he's comfortably going to be ahead of that as well, Mario. It's not the most successful first run around the Sachsenring on this improved bike. It's almost fully improved. It's all a bit wide. Definitely going to have to use some rear brake, I think, braking downhill into that corner. Same into this left, which leads into the right. And see a bit quicker than his first attempt already. So he does it, 76 miles per hour. That's more like it, Mario. We go through this double left, and now the track opens up. It's like a tightrope walking. A very bendy piece of tightrope. That now you're flying high, you're soaring like an eagle through these next parts. The remainder of the lap is it really does unwind and get quicker. Go over the bump. Same for the left, a bit wide for the right. Definitely be flat out through there though. No, just getting it slightly wrong. As he does more personal bests. Sasaki 128.6, fastest so far. Look at that, easily for Mario apart from that second speed trap test. He's a bit wide in the final corner, he's got someone right in his arse. And he heads towards the line. It's going to be around a 1:31, is it? Yeah, 31 flat as, look at that, easy, almost everywhere. And now he's got a braking test threshold. And then that's perfect into the first corner. Bit wide though. As you can see, he's 2.5 seconds third in Della Porta. And he's there par 28.5. It's all a bit too close to the inside there through the very long right hand. I have to be so patient. It's all a bit early into the left. Now someone to drift down his inside. Mario's already battling someone. It's only practice. And this next testing break is under the bridge. It is very weird seeing Premac sponsor this event, knowing their MotoGP team. Or at least help run one of the MotoGP teams. No, I guess you do have like Honda and Yamaha sponsoring, but it's a satellite team that's doing it. There's DJ Antonio 28.5. Well, let's say satellite team, it's a big company that's doing it. What the hell is this braking point into the final corner? Look at that. Fanny's perfect though. So he's got early at 1 and imperfect almost everywhere else for Mario. Let's see if he's quicker. No, he's a bit slower. And there's the braking test with 2 earlies and 3 perfects. So that perfect pattern. But there now goes Mario onto the trajectory test. Got to follow this line wherever it goes. Thankfully not through the first corner. But into the next couple of corners though. Got to follow this line. Oh, a bit wide there, Mario. Dropping down to 91. And Mario getting pushed wide as well. Still follows the line out of the corner. That'll do 92. There we go through the double left. And then through the fast left. It'll be interesting to see who can follow this line. Not too bad. 93. Oh, it's dropping slightly. Oh, we've got 5 zones here. Oh, they're starting to build on top of each other now. I see. It's all a bit wide there, Mario. Look at that, dropping way down. Oh, he's just going to beat that 88%. Now into the final couple of corners. Got to beat 85%. For once, he's can't be going to do it. 94%. Then through the final corner. Don't like this, how they have these zones stacking on top of each other all the time. But he just about does it everywhere. 91%. Unfortunately, he's not the quickest bloke around here. There goes to Martin for 28-1 at the moment. As comfortable enough. So Martin at the top, 10th a second ahead of Kernet, and they got a bit of a gap to Di Gianantonio, Della Porte, Antonelli, Bastianini, Sasaki, Bezecchi, Otto on home turf ahead of Mino. Looking further down, Loy in 18th. He's looking a bit stronger nowadays, and there is Mario way back. 1.3 seconds separates everyone else. The Mario's 1.6 seconds back of the tyre rider from 28th to 29th. So hopefully the gap's a bit smaller in qualifying. So here goes Mario for the first of 3 laps from one of the shorter circuits on the calendar here in the Sachsenring. As you can see, using some of that rear brake to get stopped for this first corner. Bit too stopped there though. Okay, no speed through the corner. And he's 4 tenths down after just 1 sector. After 16 seconds. Now it goes uphill. This is a sector where I don't expect him to be strong either. Only when he gets a bit quicker maybe I'll see Mario being a bit faster. And you just hog that inside corner, 1.2 seconds back. We know Rodrigo's just a placeholder as well until Martin or Canet get up to speed. It's all way too tight a line, really slowed down there. It's flat out over the original, 1.9 seconds back. Would this even be at a 1 minute 30 or be in the 1 minute 30s? It's hard to imagine. And Mario as he takes a bit of a wider line out of the final corner, just make sure he gets on that power early. He crossed the line for the first time, 130.9. That's not good. They go for the first corner. I also changed the setup slightly to help the bike go over the bumps. Seems to be working now. Look at that, fastest through the first sector. As Di Gianantonio takes the stop pot now, 28.6. Now that time's going to slow down to the final 10 minutes of this session. And that's better for Mario through the slow left-handers. He's going to power much quicker as well, much earlier, and he's still just 2 tenths down. Could this be the lap for Mario? Maybe braked a bit too much there though. And on very wide. He's gone to power early, hasn't lost as much time as before. He's just 700ths down. But here comes Martin to the top, 28.2. By a few tenths. Oh no, Mario had to check up on getting on the power in the final corner. But he heads towards the line, confident of being at least a 130, 29.1, that's more like it. Now can he beat it with his final effort? Go for the first couple of corners. Look at that left hander with all that green stuff on the inside, and he's still fastest. Oh, Mario's found it in the first sector. It's just that final set, so it really cost him time there. So we'll see if we can do much better this time around. If he can, he could be right up there in the top 10. So a bit offline there. He's still orange, but he's lost some time. But that's much better. Through the left-hander. And through the next left, that's how you take it, Mario. He's found the line. He's found top spot for the time being. Are we dreaming? He breaks it in incredibly deep into the penultimate corner. It's not so much of a roller coaster this time, not as bumpy as before. So he's on the power early this time. But has he got the run towards the line to be at least in the 28s? 28.1! What a that! Oh, what a pole! Bringing it out in the last, ahead of Martin by a tenth, who beat a Connect by a thousandth of a second. The man on pole for the second time this season. Shows how different that run out the final corner. It cost him so much time on that previous lap, but he nailed it on the next lap. And then we've got Antonelli, Basci and Della Porta for an all-Italian second row. Then Di Giannantonio, Sasaki and Bezzecchi ahead of Noah Din rounding out the top 10, the Malaysian. And it was Suzuki and Rodrigo in 2, but Otto on home turf in 14th. In the middle of the 5th row ahead of Lopez Domino. Down in 16th ahead of Kornfeld and Ramirez. Then John McPhee, Razor and Lloyd just outside the top 20 for the Belgium ahead of Arbolono, Foggia and Dalbinder. Then on the 9th row, Yachenko, Masaki and Bulliger. And on the back row is the tie rider alongside Albert Arenas.
Everything is ready to start here at Sachsenring. Concentration is at the max because it's extremely important not to lose positions early on this track.
McDonald revs it up from pole with a clear view to the first corner. As we get underway here in Germany, tries to pull across, but Martin sneaks by as he goes for the first couple of corners. Down the inside of the near par, but here comes Bezzecchi down the inside. Along with his Della Porta, who snuck by as well. Looks like it is, he got Sasaki behind. In 7th, oh, the Japanese rider pushing McDonald right. That's just slowing them both down though, Sasaki. Let's look at Basciani down to 13th for the Airpod rider. McDonald right in the left. No, here comes Di Giannantonio. He goes through the left though, down the inside of the Italian. Look at Loy into the points as well. Good start for the Avintia twins. And McDonald finds the gap that Di Giannantonio wasn't presenting, so he's back up to 6th. Now can he gain on the top 5? The Deer Porter, the last of them. Should be able to, but this is a long race. 9 laps here. Might be a short circuit though. But still, that's a lot of laps to make these tyres last. Hopefully do for McDonald as he runs towards the line. Connect Martin, Bezzecchi, Antonelli. Great start from the Italians. We'll go for the first couple of corners. Looks like Della Porta ahead of Antonelli. And here comes McDonald having a little look. And Antonelli seems to be dropping back slightly. We go through the double left. Got to be so patient. Got to save tyres there as well, and through this fast left. Don't be taking too much curve, take too much out of the tyres. Di Giannantonio has a little look down the inside into the fast left. Bit brave from Fabio. And again with another little look. McDonald holds on. And you can see that gap's just remaining the same, just under half a second. But you go through the penultimate corner nicely onto the curve from McDonald. Into the final corner, right in the back of Antonelli. Surely he's getting slipstream from the Italian. We go down the front stretch. 28.6, 28.1 from Canet. There goes McDonald down the inside of Antonelli. Oh, the Italian giving no quarter. But neither is McDonald, just barges his way past Antonelli. You're not giving me a gap, I'll create one, he says. As he goes uphill now, in 5th. You can see the top 4 still right in front. As we've got Della Porta and Bezzecchi, a couple of Italians behind a couple of Spaniards. Here comes the San Marino rider. With its 1-horse chariot. Oh, sliding wide. Gets a warning but holds on. Has he lost time? No, has McDonald. Does he go down the back straight? He hasn't. He's gained a couple of tenths in Airport. You might have to take that line all the time then. Go through the penultimate corner. Definitely seems to gain under braking into these final couple of corners. You can see really gained in the final corner, but then doesn't have the straight line speed on this Avintia. You know, he's pushing like a hell. 28.6 again. He's very consistent. Here's McDonald. There's Bezzecchi and Della Porta dropping back from the top 2. Which is allowing McDonald to catch up. As you can see, Canet still leading Martin. He's still got Antonelli right at McDonald's tail as well. You can't afford to make a mistake. Going a bit wide everywhere now. Just not as smooth as the Saki's head of Lopez tonight. And hard on the power, 1.2 behind Della Porta now. But he keeps on the track this time through the left-hander. Might even gain some more time on the Italian. Let's see. He goes a bit wide, going to the back straight. He's still around 0.8 behind. We go through the penultimate corner. He's just running the same lap times, unfortunately. So that might be an issue near the end of the race, getting on the power like that. There's another 28.4. That's his fastest lap so far. And it shows he is really gaining on the podium places. He could get his first podium in Moto3. 2 poles, no podium so far for McDonald. Shows the racecraft maybe not quite there compared to the one lap pace yet. Especially on this machine. So a bit wide there on the second left. We'll go for the long left-hander, 0.8 behind Della Porta. 3/4 of a second ahead of Antonelli though. So he's building the gap to the Italian behind and gaining on the Italians in front. Oh, very good run through the left. As he gone to the back straight. Less than 4 tenths behind now. Go for the penultimate corner. Around halfway through this race, the bike is starting to slide now. But be careful of that McDonald. But look at this slipstream, he's getting on the leopard. Can even dip into 27's, not quite 28 too. Teleporter breaks early into the first corner. McDonald's up to 4th. And there's a podium right in front with Bezzecchi's name on it at the moment. And oh, a bit wide into the right. But close to that gap on Teleporter. McDonald pushing like a hell. He's got the speed around it. Does the youngster in his mid-20s. Compared to all these teenagers around him. And young 20-year-olds. Oh, how has he stayed upright? Another hairy moment. With a fast left-hander. You can't afford too many of those though, Mario. As he's dropped back almost 8 tenths to Bezzecchi. We've got a 6-tenth lead on Teleporter. Oh, a bit wide in the penultimate corner. He's suffering into the final corner. I'll hook that up nicely. I'll be getting some slipstream from Bezzecchi going on to the 7th lap of this race. Where Canet and Martin are still attached to the hip. McDonald's never been this close to Bezzecchi this whole race, apart from the start, of course. And look at him, he's in the real tracks of the Italian. Battled the top KTM as well here. It's Mino down in 23rd. What an off race he's having. So here goes McDonald downhill through the left-hander. Bit wide. He's lost a couple of tenths. And again through the left-hander. Bit wide again from McDonald. But once again has not lost too much. Caught half a second off a podium. Oh, had to check up on the power there. That's lost them a tenth or two. Going into out the final corner again. He's just in a similar position to Bezzecchi. As Canet and Martin have just run away by themselves. That time's a drop in as well, going higher, 28.8 now. So McDonald has a look. This penultimate lap. Maybe that's up the corner where he makes the move though. Out this left into the right. He has a look. Oh, is he holding it? He's found the gap. He's on the podium places, McDonald. It's maybe too late to chase after the top two as he goes a bit all over the place. But he's on the podium places in 3rd. What a just reward this would be for being to evolve their upgrades they bought in the first half of this season. Look at, he's almost 4 seconds behind Martin and Canet. They really are on their own planet. It all blocks the inside from Bezzecchi. You can feel that Italian right on his tail. As he gone to the back straight. For the penultimate time, 4.2 behind Martin, almost half a second ahead of Bezzecchi. But it's working for McDonald, this podium. What a result this would be. He's just got 1 lap to go. As Canet and Martin are still attached to the hip. He's dropped it to the 29s, but he doesn't care. As long as he gets a trophy with it. We go out of the first corner. The tyres have really held up well. Oh, that's some sliding. Going into the left. In through the right. This long right-hander. Just wait to get on the power. You can see around halfway worn in the bottom right. For the rear tyre. Oh, now he hooks up those left-handers. Why couldn't he do that early in the race? As he's almost 5 seconds behind Martin and Canet. Oh, that's wide for the left. Get on the power, McDonald. No, here comes Bezzecchi. He can get him back into the next left. What a move. Can he hold on with 2 corners to go? He's less than 3/10 in front. Hug the inside line of all of these corners, McDonald. As he goes into the final corner. Gets on the power and we charge towards the line. As Canet beats out Martin. And McDonald beats out Bezzecchi. That's a first podium. What a ride. As you see the MotoGP rewards, well, there's going to be lots of them. It's a bit of a shame he had a poor start in McDonald, as he definitely had the pace to match Canet and Martin. But what a reward. At the end of the first half of the season for Vintia, for McDonald to grab their first podium of the season ahead of Bezzecchi. With Della Porta in 5th, Di Gianantonio 6th, Antonelli, Bastianini, Sasaki rounds out in 9th. With Lopez rounding out the top 10, should I say. Then Ottel grabbing some home points ahead of Kornfeld. Ramirez, Rodrigo and double points for Vinci, with Loy grabbing the final point ahead of Nuruddin by 7/10. Disappointing race for the Malaysian after that qualifying effort. McPhee just missing out, Binder into the top 20, Mino in 21st. And the tie rider right at the back. As we look at the Riders' Championship, heading into the second half of the season, Martin leads by 22 points ahead of Canet, and then everyone else has got around double the points of, half the points of Canet, should I say, with Della Porta and Bastianini, the Erpard twins, tied on 92 points. 11 points ahead of Di Gianantonio and Bezzecchi are tied on 81 points. Domino in 7th, 7 points ahead of Antonelli, then Lopez in 9th. McDonald rounds out the top 10. Look at the biggest climber, 5 positions, 50 points. And who can't rule out maybe a top 7 in the championship heading into the second half of it, as he goes ahead of Suzuki, Sasaki, Rodrigo and Ottel and Tuba. Nuruddin in 16th, Ramirez up to 17th ahead of Foggia and Mesa, and Kornfeld into the top 20 ahead of Lloyd, despite the Belgian score and a point in Arbolino, also down to 22nd, as 26 riders are score points. Only Bulliger, Arenas and Yurchenko haven't. What an amazing first half of the season for lots of riders. Look at all these improvements, up to level 52 for everything. And let's break it down, as look at all that reputation earned from his race position and all those development points as well. As we look at the results in MotoGP, Dovi beat Marquez ahead of Vinales in Marquez land. How unrealistic is this? And then in Moto 2, we got Baldassare ahead of Alex Marquez and Bagnaia. Not a good day for the Marquezes. And in the Red Bull Rookies Cup, it is Tatai ahead of Turkish rider and Carrasco rounding out the podium. So bike development wise, 19,451 points on offer with 3 developments to go. So what shall we choose for the brakes? Do we go and try and prevent the wheels from locking when braking? Or do we increase the braking power? Or with the suspension, do we try and improve the ability to absorb the shocks of the surface roughness? Or do we just improve the bike stability? And then with the frame, do we
increase the rate of descent of the bike when calling that lean angle? Or do we do the inverse, try and increase the react faster when steering, picking up with the bike, with the frame? Let me know down below. We've got 3 slots to remain with our remaining development points. Then we say goodbye to development for the second half of the season and just concentrate on getting more results with Mario like that one in Germany. Can he back it up in the second half of the season, beginning with the Czech Republic Grand Prix around the Automotodrome Brno? A very long circuit, but definitely a favourite in the past of McDonald to it be for Mario as well. Find out next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.